Hi everyone, welcome to Pull the Trigger Auto Financing's YouTube channel. My name, of course, is Chris Carrier, and I'm coming to you live from my home office in beautiful Penhold, Alberta, with some questions that I want to ask. Now, the last time that you purchased your vehicle, whether it's a month, a week, a year, 10 years, did you ever take into consideration what that vehicle actually costs you in a month? Now, if you break it down, you have cost of the vehicle, so either your monthly payments or the actual physical cost of the vehicle. You have your insurance. How much does this vehicle cost me per month? You have your maintenance costs. How much does this vehicle cost me to fix or maintain during the course of a year? And you also have fuel. How much is this vehicle going to cost me on fuel? Now, many people that are walking into a dealership or even considering buying something private don't even take into consideration those four factors. Now, truly, with your cost of driving and your cost of ownership, it all boils down to a monthly payment. Whether your vehicle's paid off or whether you're getting into something newer, you have a monthly payment. That old vehicle with 200,000 kilometers, yeah, it might be great. You might have owned it since day one. It might not owe you anything, but guess what? Pretty soon you're going to owe it. And when it comes time for you to owe it, then your cost of driving is going to change. Your whole script is going to flip. Now, if you take a look at what you have and what you can afford and play out the different ways that you can afford it, it's going to change. Everything is going to change. Change is inevitable when you're dealing with cost of driving. The price of fuel, the price of maintenance, the ease of maintenance, the ease of replaceability. There's some vehicles where the parts are changed more often. There's others where the parts are changed less often. I always explain to people for every 3 parts you change in a domestic, you'll change once in a Japanese or Korean built vehicle. For every 3 parts you'll change in a Japanese or Korean built vehicle, you'll change once in a German or Swedish vehicle. So, and that kind of holds true with everything, with imports. I speak to people that are buying cars that are less than $100,000 or just at $100,000. I don't really speak too much to the people that are buying, those multi-million dollar Lamborghinis and McLarens, Ferraris, Bugattis, Bentleys. Those type of people are in a league of their own. But the average person does not go out and say, I'm going to buy myself a Bentley today. You know what? If I could have a Bentley, I would totally own a Bentley or a Maybach. I'd probably have a Maybach because I love Mercedes. Mercedes makes an amazing product, but that falls into German. So the way that it looks, German parts, yes, they might be more expensive, but you're going to change them less often. Japanese vehicles, same difference. You're going to change them a little bit more frequently than you would a German product. And the parts reflect the condition of the piece that you're buying. Now, when you also look at the fuel economy part, yeah, okay, you might have a bigger engine, but that engine has to work half as hard as that smaller engine. So, take into account your driving style when you're looking at a replacement vehicle. Now, the replacement vehicles that you're going to be finding out there are not going to be exactly what you have right now. Technology has changed over the years, and you have to be comfortable with what you're purchasing. I've seen a lot of videos where people are like, oh, well, you don't want to go past blah, blah, blah a month, and you don't want to put X amount of dollars down. Well, guess what? If you want to pay $200 a month for 5 years, you're not getting a good car. You're not. You're honestly not. And these people are out to lunch. you need to be more realistic with your expectations. If you want that kind of payment, you have to put money down. Most people nowadays don't have money to put down. And the interest rates on the banks are constantly on the rise. And right now, with what we're going through and the economic situation that we're in, your best bet is to go with a brand new car. You're going to have a lower interest rate. You're going to have less worrying. Your cost of maintenance is going to be truly a lot less. You're not buying into someone else's problem. There are certain dealerships and there are certain garages that are highly reputable. I was dealing with a gentleman just today, and he's looking for a $10,000 to $16,000 Dodge Grand Caravan. And I told him flat out, people do not maintain Dodge Caravans. They don't. The Dodge Caravan is a great vehicle. I will never bash a Dodge Caravan. My brothers abused the living daylights out of a Dodge Caravan. And that thing, it was still alive after my parents sold it for like $500. I seen it for like 5 or 6 years later, and it was still going. Like, it's insane. But the thing is that nobody puts money into them. No one bothers with anything other than the basic maintenance, because honestly, who really cares about Dodge Caravan? They're just going to get another one. I've had customers that have told me, oh yeah, my Dodge Grand Caravan, absolutely perfect. I've maintained it since day one. Well, to them, maintenance is just doing oil changes. It has nothing to do with the struts. It has nothing to do with the brake lines. It has nothing to do with the parking brake. I've seen my managers pay up for a little old lady and little old couples, minivan, because they think that, oh, it's nicely taken care of. These people are really nice. They put their money into their vehicle, only for it to have a $4,000 or $5,000 shop bill. Well, I told this guy a little secret. Take that vehicle, because he's looking Calgary or Edmonton, and nothing to say bad about bigger towns, but they tend to attract a lot more people that are willing to put a lot less money into their product and their inventory and their name. Here in central Alberta, a lot of dealers, even non-branded dealerships, they put all of their money into their name. You need to trust the name. You need to be able to walk into any dealership and feel like this vehicle that you're purchasing is 100% because the tax went over it. And yes, many dealerships do put money into reconditioning. I was part of one for over 7 years, and I've seen a lot of different dealers that, have done things from us purchasing from out of town. And quite frankly, I told the gentleman, if you're dealing with Calgary or Edmonton, bring that vehicle to Canadian Tire. They will pick it apart so bad that you won't even want it. And it's going to cost him more. And I'm explaining this to him. It's going to cost him more to buy that used vehicle than it would to buy a new one in the long run. Because that monthly payment that he's going to have fixing it, he doesn't have the money for it. And that's where you need to sit down and you need to go over your cost of driving before you even think about going to a dealership. Now, I'm here to offer people advice on vehicles, on purchasing, and on ways of maximizing their dollar. And I'm here for you. Once again, my name is Chris Carrier with Pull the Trigger Auto Financing. Thank you for watching my channel. Please, if you can subscribe. If you can recommend me to your friends, please do so as well. I'm looking at building my brand and building my channel, and I'm here to help out the average consumer, which is the people that I'm used to working with and the people that I'm used to working for. Until the next time, people, stay safe, enjoy your vehicle, and next time, think about your cost of driving. That's today's lesson.